Hello, everybody. I appreciate you jumping on at this time of the day. I can see some people are from India as well, so I'm sure it's quite late for you. I understand you are giving us your dinner time. We'll make sure that it's worth your time during the presentation and the demo. Let's start with it. And if any point you see some disruption from my side or you can't hear me, just let me know uh, in the chat. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Welcome to our webinar titled State of Salesforce Marketing in Healthcare and Wellness. As you know, Salesforce marketing is a highly loaded term with a history of over 2 decades and a user base of more than a million. I can see some familiar faces in the chat in the attendee section, and I can only imagine how much they can relate to it when I say Salesforce marketing is a loaded term. We know all the platforms, all the functionalities, all the user base, and all the sleepless nights that we have gone through and all the trauma that we have suffered together because of the constant name changes. Okay, moving on. We'll cover as much as possible within the Salesforce marketing domain within this next 1 hour window and start. Before we proceed, I should let you know that in this presentation, we may contain some forward-looking statement. So please base your purchase decision on the existing functionalities and features that are available as of date. Okay, let's introduce the speakers. I'm going to take a minute to talk about the line of speaker that we have before handing over to them later on in the presentation after my part is done, and they can speak about themselves in detail. But yeah, my name is Saman. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Genetrix Technology. It's an early stage consulting firm with a team of 15 people. Salesforce Marketing Cloud is our specialization. Uh, I was one of the Salesforce marketing champion for 2021, and I have been into Salesforce marketing ecosystem for close to 7 years now. Along with me, I have Kriti Gupta. Kriti Gupta is a functional lead at Genetrix Technology and been with us for more than 2 years now. She have worked with huge enterprise clients in hospitality and healthcare. Next online, we have Akash Israni. Akash Israni has been with us as well, close to 2 years. Is a technical lead at Genetrix Technology, and was also a marketing champion the following year. I think the next year after me, it was in 2022. I could be, I might be messing up the years in my head, but he can correct me if I'm wrong and later. And currently he's working for a giant pharma organization as a marketing cloud architect. All right, before we jump into the complexities of Salesforce marketing and talk about all the interesting use cases have lined up for today, let's talk a little bit about the history of Salesforce marketing. How far we have come along. It's been 2 decades since the story started with the exit target. So let's see where we are today and how it started. In 2000, some of you might know, or most of you might know, 2000, a company called Exit Target was launched with a basic ESP, email marketing software. Later on, in 2012, Exit Target acquires a company called Pardot, which was sort of a B2B marketing automation platform. In 2013, another thing happened where Salesforce acquired Exit Target and rebrand that as Salesforce Marketing Cloud. I'm sure all of you know up until this point. Next, in 2018, Salesforce acquired another company called Detorma, which was a marketing intelligence platform. And some of you might have heard about it already. Next, in 2020, Salesforce acquired another great company called Evergage, and later rebranded to Interaction Studio, which was a web personalization platform. We'll talk about all of these platforms in our demo today. And last but not the least, at the end, Salesforce moved all these platforms that they acquired across these 2 decades of time into a single brand called Salesforce Marketing Cloud, which is what we know it as of today. And if you guys have any question, you can feel free to just put it in the chat. Anybody can just unmute themselves and read it aloud, and I'll be able to answer those as we go. Let's see what's the current state of Salesforce marketing as of today, right? So we talked about there are multiple set of tools under the banner of Salesforce Marketing Cloud, right? So there are 6 tools specifically, which comes under Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We start with a platform called Marketing Cloud Engagement, which is more of a B2C marketing automation platform. We'll talk about this a lot today. We'll have some demo based on this platform. Fortune 500 companies use Marketing Cloud Engagements as their platform. Next, we have Marketing Cloud Account Engagement, which is another platform under Salesforce Marketing Cloud umbrella. Account Engagement is more of which is what Pardot was rebranded to. It's a B2B marketing automation platform. Next, we have Marketing Cloud Intelligence, which is still a marketing intelligence platform. Next, we have Marketing Cloud Personalization, which is also a part of our demo today, which is used for web personalization primarily and personalization over different channels as well, like email and SMS and others. Next, we have SFMC Growth, which is a recent addition in Salesforce Marketing umbrella. It's targeted towards startup and small scale enterprise companies like us. Last but not the least, we have Data Cloud for marketing. These are the six product platforms which come under the banner of Salesforce Marketing. And now each one of these platforms have functionalities and modules specific to them. We'll talk a little bit about those. I'll just give you the names. We have limited time constraints. But in Marketing Cloud, we have modules like Journey Builder, which is a cross-channel campaign builder inside Marketing Cloud. If you have heard about Marketing Cloud engagement at all, then I'm sure you have heard about Journey Builder as well. Then we have Content Builder, which is used to build content. We have Email Studio, we have Mobile Studio, we have Advertising Studio for advertisings over different channels. Then in account engagement, we have Engagement Studio, automation, and I'll just scroll through them. There are certain modules which we talk about. All right. For the sake of understanding throughout this demo, we will use a dummy healthcare organization called Kind Heart Clinic. We'll take the example of this organization. We have worked with similar organization. So the team at Kind Health Clinic struggled with personalization, data unification, and engagement. After working with several years, so before starting with the agenda of today, let me give some context. After working with several healthcare organizations as a team, from a 10% seed funded startup based in San Francisco to a pharma giant in UK, we realized that these were the three areas of patient engagement and retention with which healthcare organizations struggle the most. And at the same time, we found they were very interested in leveraging Salesforce to tackle those challenges. As expected, we will discuss these three aspects of patient engagement and retention with live demos in this webinar. Note that these platforms can do much more than these, but because of the time constraint, we'll be able to showcase limited use cases and talk about limited challenges. Let's start. The first aspect of patient engagement and retention we'll talk about is going to be personalization. Next would be data unification. Data unification has been Salesforce forever promise of data centricity. You might have heard about the keyword a lot of times. And finally, we'll talk about engagement. So you stay on top of your customers' head and heart. Now, each one of these aspects will cover through a Salesforce platform. We'll use a platform by Salesforce to tackle the challenges across these three. For personalization, we'll use a platform called Interaction Studio, now known as Marketing Cloud Personalization. For data unification, we'll use a platform called Salesforce Data Cloud. And for engagement, we'll use a platform called Marketing Cloud Engagement. All right. I'm going to demo Marketing Cloud Personalization piece before passing it over to my colleagues to take care of their own part. I'll discuss all aspects of marketing or personalization they struggle with before passing it to them. Now let me give you some context here. What challenges will you deal with marketing or personalization around personalization? Right. One of the biggest challenge this dummy organization, as you was facing, was the high drop rate on their website for their new leads, which they were acquiring through across channel, social media, funnels, everything. So there was a very high drop rate. The team needed help to reduce this drop rate. Next, they need help providing a better experience to their web visitor, considering their diverse demography of browsers. They are a healthcare organization. Their visitor on the website could be a healthcare professional. It could be a patient or it could be a volunteer as well, considering that they do a lot of CSR activities. Most of the companies do, right? So it could be any of these three individuals, and they have a very diverse demography. What would interest a volunteer is going to be very different from what would interest a healthcare professional or a patient. Okay. But the problem is they have one website with one landing page. A website can have only one landing page, right? How do they cater one landing page to all these different people with different demographics? All right. Next challenge that we have on board is disconnected experience across platform. Usually the experience if you have if you have had a website, or if you have been an ownership of a platform, you might have felt that usually the experience on an outbound communication channel like email, SMS, push notification, you name it, is highly disconnected from the experience that a user get on an inbound communication channel like website. Right? They're very different. Website is it seems to be quite static in nature. Outbound communication, you are able, even today you're able to do a lot of personalization. But with marketing or personalization, it's possible that your website can tell your story to each one of these individuals who visit your website. And let's see how. Now, let's jump onto the solution to each one of these challenges. Now, when personalization is a loaded word, there could be many more challenges, but we'll talk about these three and the solution to these three challenges. The first challenge would have a solution called intent signal tracking. This high drop rate could be sorted and executed with a lot many solutions, but this is the one we'll focus on today. We'll set up intent on the website to understand what's the intent of the visitor who is visiting and how can we use that to our leverage. Mhm. Next, we'll talk about website personalization, how we can make sure the website is customized. Every block of the customizes website is customized to the individual who is visiting. It could be healthcare professional, it could be a patient, it could be anybody. And next, we'll talk about connected experience across channel. This is going to be the solution to the challenge disconnected experience across channel. We'll try to connect all these channels together. The outbound channel like SMS, email, to the inbound channel like website. Now, in this solution, there could be a lot of execution that could be done, but we have a small piece on each one of these solution to demo to you today on this call. On intent signal tracking, we have set up an intent signal called exit intent. We're going to demo it on the call today. Next, for website personalization, we have set up personalization across content blocks across the website. You'll get to see that today. So if it's a blog about a cover page, it's going to be catered to a healthcare professional and versus a patient very separately and very differently. Last but not the least, we try to connect the experience over email and website, right? And that doesn't stop here. You can connect the experience that they get over the website with mobile push notification, SMS, and all the outbound channels. But for the sake of time constraint, we just try to connect experience between email and website. All right. Now let's get into the demo. If anybody have any question, feel free to put it in the chat and I'll be able to answer. Yeah. Stop the screen share. Okay. Yeah, I hope my screen is again visible to everybody.
Yes.
Okay. Here is a dummy website that we built for the sake of this demo. This website is built on top of marketing cloud personalization. We ended up building the entire website just for the sake of this demo, but that was not the hardest piece. Wait until you see the work that Akash had to do on the data cloud piece. Uh, let's see. On this website, I want you to focus on a couple of areas. I want you to focus on the cover, which you see on the screen. Right now, I'm anonymous to this website. I've not put in any details. It doesn't know me. For what I know, Kind Heart Clinic doesn't know me. I want you to focus on cover image. Then I want you to focus on this area where they have the offerings available, right? They have, I can reach out to a doctor, I can schedule an appointment, I can do a lot of sort of activities here. Next area I want you to focus on is our causes. Because as I told you, they do CSR activities, uh, I can go and donate, right? And provide them information and money for their donations. That's one thing. There's a three areas I want you to focus, and we'll do one more thing. We'll browse across the website and try to understand what else to have on the website. I'll go into a news listing page, right? Okay, I find some blogs here. There's a clothing donation blog, and I'll try to just casually browse this blog, right? The blog looks all right. Yep. Okay, let's go back to home. Okay. Now, if you notice, as soon as I browsed away from the actual website. I'm not sure if you can see my pointer, but it's not on the web page right now. I moved it away from the website. My intent was to open a new website called google.com. As soon as it understood my capture, I'm going away from the actual visible area of the website. It gave me a pop-up form to ask me to subscribe to the newsletter. Let's play along with this for a minute. And I'm gonna act as a volunteer. I'm Aman and I'm a volunteer. And I'll include my email here so it can send me some newsletter communication. Right? Got it. I'll close this website. Okay. Now I've forgotten about it. Let's open the website again and see what kind of experience it offers me. I open the website again. And for the sake of you, I'm going to entirely close the browser and open it again. And then let's open it again. And if you remember what all I've asked you to focus on at the start of the session is the cover image. As you could see, the cover image is catering to me right now. Because I signed up to the newsletter as a volunteer, you could capture this information on across different pages, different areas. It does not have to be newsletter. It could be a sign up form. It could be something else. So because I signed up there as a volunteer, now it's catering to just me, one area. The offerings which were earlier centered for everybody, it was for a patient, it was for HCP, everybody. Now it's just for me. Now as a volunteer, I see what's important to me on this page. I can host a fundraise event, which as a volunteer I would care about. I can host an online awareness event, which is again something I would care about if I'm a volunteer, right? All right. Now let's jump back and look into the email that we might have received. I'm gonna stop the screen share for a sec and move back to my email address. Right? You'll have to give me a sec. It's asking for OTP, which I did not expect. Zero threes. All right, I'm in, and I'll share the screen again. Okay. Uh, okay. The reason I kept you waiting for a minute was because I wanted to show you something specific. How well it understand the intent and how we tried to connect the experiences across the platform. Right. One thing, it's a regular email that gets sent, right? You sign up for a newsletter, almost always you get an email. But one unique thing that I would try to set up here is it understand the intent. We try to connect the experience that somebody get over the website, let's say on a blog and between the email. Because we went on this blog and try to gather the information and we did not spend more than 5 seconds on the blog and there's an intent timer available there. Obviously, in the 5 seconds, I could not have completed the blog and the website understood that. So it sent me an email along with some information on the blog so I could continue reading the blog. And this use case could be replicated across the board for a lot of other use cases. Maybe they were reading something else. Maybe they were trying to download a resource and they just did not click the button after getting close to the download PDF button. So you could use it for several use cases, right? And it has the basic personalization that is it usually do, right? It knows my name and everything else. Okay. If any question around MCP use case, please feel free to put it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll pass it on to my colleagues here, Akash Asrani, who is going to talk about data cloud and what magic it can bring to your organization. Over to you, Akash.
All right, let me share my screen. Can you see the presentation?
Yep.
Okay, great. Hi everyone, I'm Akash. So in today's webinar, I will be walking through Data Cloud. So first, let's understand how actually Data Cloud works, right? So as you know, that data might reside across different systems, which can be like CRM, which includes sales, service, marketing, commerce, etc. Or it can also be in a cloud storage like S3, Google Cloud, Azure, or even a different data system. So the very first step that we have in Data Cloud is we want to connect these sources into Data Cloud. So which can be done with the help of out of the box connectors, or you can use MuleSoft or APIs. So it totally depends on the system that we are trying to connect, and accordingly you can use those specific cases, right? The next part is once we have connected that data, we need to harmonize it, meaning that we need to map the data together and then create data models, which is basically you consolidate all the data together, and with consolidate all the data together, where you can create data like profile data or even engagement data, right? So once you harmonize the data, the next step is we need to create a single source of truth. So here, Data Cloud, what it does is it has the capability of identifying the information from different sources, and then it will link that data together, thereby creating a unified source. Now, how this source is created is it has a set of rules that we can define in Data Cloud, based on which it will allow us to create this unified profile for each individual. So once we have all this unified data, the next step is either we can analyze this data using analytical tools like Tableau, where we can get insights or make any data-driven decisions, or we can even perform calculations based on the data that we have in Data Cloud, which might be already stored, or which can come in as a real-time data as well. Or we can even create segments, which we can use it for targeting, where you can send personalized communications to a set of contacts. Right? So overall, this is how Data Cloud works in general. Now, for the purpose of this demo, I'll cover two challenges where Data Cloud can help. The first challenge is Kind Heart Clinic. They have data across three different data sources, which is first is Google Cloud Storage. The second is Marketing Cloud Personalization, and the third is Sales Cloud. Now, since the data is in different sources, they do not have the unified view of the individual whom they want to target, right? Now, this is where Data Cloud comes in. I'll walk through each of these sources, and then we'll see how Data Cloud can actually help us solve this challenge. Okay. Now, I'll switch over to Google Cloud Storage. So this is my account where I have Data Cloud folder. I can upload a CSV. So for now, I'll upload a CSV file. So this is my CSV where I have healthcare event attendee data, meaning that I can see that Aman has attended all these events over a period of time. So I want this data to be uploaded in Google Cloud. So I can go back to Google Cloud where I'll just select this CSV file that I have and I can upload it. Now, once I upload this data, it will ingest that data into Data Cloud through a connector, which usually takes a few minutes. So since I already have this uploaded file, I'll skip this for now. But this is the CSV file which I uploaded earlier, which has all those five records which I showed in the CSV. Now let's switch over to Data Cloud and see how these records look like. So this is the Data Cloud account where I can filter. I have filtered it on the basis of this email. Here I can see that all the five records which we uploaded as part of the Google Cloud Storage, they are now visible in Data Cloud. So here I can see that the email address that is used, the events that Aman attended, and also the event date that we have. So this is our first source. The second source is Marketing Cloud Personalization. So whenever Aman performs certain actions on the website, we also receive that data into Data Cloud through a native connector. So if I filter that records, now you can see that I have four records, which says that it's from the data source of Marketing Cloud Interaction Studio. So these are basically the activities that Aman performs on the website. So here I can see his email address, which he used for the sign up. I can see that he visited two pages. One is the home page and volunteer page. So this kind of gives me an idea that maybe Aman might be interested in volunteering or even hosting the fundraising event, right? Now, coming to the third source of data, which was our Sales Cloud. So if I jump into Sales Cloud, I have this contact record where I can see that it's the same email address being used over here. And I can also see that since I'm unsubscribed to the newsletter, that data is populated over here from Marketing Cloud Personalization. Now, once all these three sources, they come into Data Cloud, and what Data Cloud will do is it will understand that it's the same individual depending on the email address. So since the same email address was used across three sources, that is how it knows that it's the same individual, and that's how it will try to create that unified view for Aman. So this is one challenge that Data Cloud solves. The second challenge is once I have this data, what actions can we perform with it, right? So this is where segmentation and targeting of Data Cloud comes in. So we can create different segments. I'll switch to segments where I can show you an example. So let's say I want to create a segment where with volunteer who is interested in hosting fundraising events. So I can create a rule saying that whichever contacts have visited the page volunteer or the page donate, I want them in as part of this segment. Now, you can see that it says website engagement, which is basically the personalization page, which is being used over here. So similarly, you can also filter out on the basis of different data sources as well. Now, once we save this segment, Aman's record will get populated as part of this segment since he visited the volunteer page, which I showed earlier. Similarly, you can create different segments depending on your needs. Now, once these segments are ready, we can send them to a different target systems. So in our case, we'll take Marketing Cloud. So if I quickly switch over to activation, so here I have a segment called appointment confirmation reminder, which I'm sending to Marketing Cloud, which is the target over here, right? So you can create your own segments. You can send them not only to Marketing Cloud, but across different systems as well. Now, these are some of the capabilities of Data Cloud, which helps us to solve the challenges. But if you see that it doesn't make any much sense of data, right? Because the data is dispersed across various tabs. We do not have a unified view yet. So in order to simplify things, we can link all this data together and create a view where we can see all the details of each individual contact. Now, as an example, I will switch to Sales Cloud. Here I have a contact. So in this contact, if you see towards the right, I have a section where we have three tabs. So first tab is Customer 360 View, which is the data that is being retrieved from Data Cloud for this specific contact. So I can see this contact record. I can go over here. I can see that this is the contact who is part of these three data sources. I can also see that they have different identifiers based on which I can extract information, which is address, email, or phone number. And the second tab is engagement, which so here the data is coming directly from Marketing Cloud Personalization. So this will help me understand that what are the activities that this contact has performed on the website. So here, as you can see, it says that this contact visited home page, donate page. They also read an article. So you can also filter it out on the basis of date range. You can go back to 90 days if you want to check the activities of this specific contact. So if I scroll down, you will see different pages that the contact visited. The third tab that I have over here is calculated insights, which is basically performing calculations. So here we have done a simple calculation saying that, okay, count the visits of this contact uh, who has visited the volunteer page. So this four means that they have visited the volunteer page 4 times over a period of time. And that is how you can, within the single contact layout, you can get all the data together so that it makes more sense for the user who is actually viewing the contact, right? Rather than navigating between different tabs. Now, like I mentioned earlier, we have a segment where we can also send it to a different target, in this case, Marketing Cloud. So Kriti will now walk us through how this can be done in Marketing Cloud. So over to you, Kriti.
Thank you, Akash, for that very, very informative part on Data Cloud. As Akash said, he stopped his part on the segmentation part. I'll pick up exactly from there. But before that, I'll just start to share my screen and talk a little bit about Marketing Cloud first. So, as we all know, Marketing Cloud is used by all the big organizations. Most of them use it for their mass sending. They send out emails and campaigns. They have reporting data for their engagement. So, here, as we can see, we have Salesforce and Data Cloud sending all their data to Marketing Cloud, which is then used for sending out campaigns accordingly. For our hypothetical healthcare organization, the Kind Heart Clinic, we have the privilege of using all the platforms from Salesforce. So, Sales Cloud, Data Cloud, our website, which is Marketing Cloud Personalization, and then Marketing Cloud Engagement, where it all comes together to send out a full blown campaign where they're targeting their patients, asking them for more engagement or trying to send them out their appointment confirmations, whose data we are getting from Data Cloud. Now, for this organization, we have chalked out three major challenges that were faced during their marketing campaigns. So, the first one was that there was patient and HCP information that was coming from Google Cloud and that was not being leveraged. We'll go over all these challenges one by one in Marketing Cloud and we'll see how Kind Heart tackled them and overcame them to get better gauge of their patients. Second challenge that they had was post appointment feedback from their patients. So basically, when the patients had an appointment, they wanted the HCPs to know how the appointment went. They sent out these emails to their patients where they were asking for feedback. But since it was a lot of work for the patients, it was redirecting to another page. The drop rate was very high. We found a solution for that also. And the third one was, as Aman pointed out, data centricity, which is for most of the companies that use Salesforce. We need to target data centricity for all the orgs that are working together. Now, when I'll tell the solutions in brief here, and then we'll go on to the demo and check how we implemented them as well. So for the patient and HCP information that was coming from GCP and which was not being used, uh, this was tackled by using dynamic sender profiles. This helped patients a lot in terms of gaining trust. So, whenever they received any email from Kind Heart, it looked like it is coming from their HCP, the person that they know, the person who has had a thorough checkup of theirs. He's the one or she's the one who's sending out this email. She's asking for their information or she's asking for their feedback. So, it is them who's asking and not some bot who's sending out these emails. So it built trust, it increased engagement, and it helped in reducing the drop rate a lot. Second one, which we pointed out, was the appointment feedback from patients. That was also related to the dynamic sender profiles. And apart from that, we also integrated AMP emails for improving the engagement of our patients. AMP email is useful in the sense that the patients could input all their information within their inbox. They did not have to go to another website. They did not have to take an extra step. But they had to just be in their inbox, input their feedback, and then submit the form. We had their information. They took less time. It improved our engagement a lot. The third is the data centricity. So this was tackled easily by individual email results, which were configured in our Sales Cloud. So we could get all the engagement information directly from Marketing Cloud into our Sales Cloud org. So the sales team could perform better. They could have better engagement. They could call their patients if they see some drops in engagement or some bad feedback coming from them. So that is where email individual results helps us. Now I'll jump into the Marketing Cloud org and we'll see how it works. As I said, I'll be picking up directly from where Akash dropped. So he dropped on the segments. I'll show how you can see the segments in Marketing Cloud. So this is our Marketing Cloud org here. And you would see the segments that Akash created, the confirmed appointment follow up here. Um, as I mentioned earlier, we had the issue of building trust for our patients. So what we did was we created segments which had the patient names as well as the names of their doctors and the emails from the doctors. So what it did was it helped the dynamic sender profile creation for the emails. So whenever a person received any email from Kindheart, it showed that it is being received from their HCP. So here you can see the HCP name as my name and my email address. And whenever Dion received any email from us, she received it from Kriti. So for example, if you see here, we have this email. So for example, if you see, we have Samir who sent this email out. So this is the effect of dynamic sender profiles. Same email when sent out to somebody else was sent out by Nirupam. So we can see that this is a trusted person who's sending out our emails and who's reminding us to book our next appointments. Okay. So the other area that we were struggling was for the emails and the drop rates that were high. We wanted people to fill out their feedback inside their inboxes. We created AMP emails for that. AMP emails are very innovative emails where you can fill out your forms within your inbox itself. So looking at the AMP email here, you would see it looks something like this. This is example of an email where you see the feedback form. We have sent this from Kindheart. We have asked them how their experience was, and we have a simple form. So if their experience was good, bad, neutral, whatever, they can send us their feedback and give us more comments if they want to. Just filling up a basic form here. I had a good experience and I would attend again. So once I submit it submits here, and then I get a message saying, thank you for your feedback. And in real time, I get this information in my data extension itself. So it's helpful for both the marketing team as well as the patients that it is a seamless process that is taking place. Okay, here we have your rating and your feedback. And here is, since I submitted my form twice, I have the rating twice as would attend again. So this is how real time the AMP emails are and the submissions are. Apart from this, we also created the journey. This journey was created with the help of the segment that was created in Data Cloud. So as mentioned already, we had a segment for appointment confirmation. What Akash has done there, he's taken all the information from Google Cloud, he's taken all the information from Sales Cloud and created a segment in Data Cloud, which then comes into Marketing Cloud. Here, he has the information of when the appointment was created, if the appointment was confirmed, if the person attended it, and if they missed the appointment. So using the information that Akash sends from his data cloud segments, we have created this journey here to follow up with our patients regarding their appointments and regarding if they've attended, if they've not, how was it. So, for example, we have these four decision splits here. We have one for missed appointment. So, we are sending a transactional email to a person who had a confirmed appointment but missed them. We're sending them a follow up email asking them if they would like to attend again. Similarly, we have one for person who completed an appointment yesterday. We're sending them this AMP email, the email I just showed you, the one with the feedback form inside the inbox. Then we're updating it to our sales cloud so that our sales team knows that the survey was sent and how it was. Then we've used Einstein STO to make sure that we respect the person and we respect their timings when they are most engaged with the email so that we can send them our marketing emails. We all know that transactional emails need no STOs, need no optimization, but marketing emails most of the times are better engaged when they're sent at a preferred time of our patients. So we've implemented Einstein STO here to send out a general information pamphlet to them. The next is a reminder email. So we're sending this to people who have an upcoming appointment. So we send it out a day before. The people receive this email from their doctors, from their HCPs, as we showed earlier. And then we have this complete appointment reminder. So this is very interesting because this is what comes from our website. As Aman showed on our website, we have a lot of dynamic forms. There's one form for filling out your appointment details as well. Once that appointment form is started but not completed, it the information from that goes into the data cloud segments as well. So we take that information for people who have missed completing their forms and we send them a reminder asking them to complete their booking so that we can help them better. So this is how all the three platforms come together in form of a journey in marketing cloud engagement. Apart from that, we touched upon the data centricity part as well, where we said that it has always been a problem for organizations to have all the data in one source of truth, which is Sales Cloud. So for that, we have implemented our individual email results. I'll use the same record that Akash used, and here you would see in the related the individual email results. You would see that this record here received this newsletter from Kind Heart, and you would see all the details here. So when it was received, when it was sent, and if it was opened, bounced, clicked, anything that happened with this record. So in this way, you have all the information in Sales Cloud for this individual as well. Here, additionally, you would see this checkbox that was checked when this person submitted their information to receive our newsletters. So this happens, as Aman showed, when he submitted the form on the website, this checkbox is checked, and this is how he received the emails that he did for the newsletter. And with this, I think we have completed our demo. I would hand it over to Aman now to take over and put in his thoughts.
Right. I'm audible, right? Mm.
Yes.
Okay. I think we covered it, right? Thanks everybody for joining again. Uh, I know it's late in day for most of you. I hope you find it worthwhile, interesting, insightful. We'll keep doing similar demos. If you have any feedback, please feel free to do share with us over LinkedIn, over message, over Twitter, anything that works for you. You can put it in the chat as well. We'll continue to do similar webinar. You can throw us ideas, maybe cover this part in more deep, cover that part, cover that part. You can tell us if you would like to see more webinar on functional side, on technical side, or anything else, right? Salesforce marketing is all that we know and all that we do. I see there are some comments. Thanks for. All right, we'll take 30 more seconds in case anybody have any thoughts, feedback, uh, comments, questions. They can ask. They can put in chat, or they can just raise their hand, and I'll unmute you, and you can ask over the call itself. If not, we'll take for 10 more seconds, maybe 20 more seconds, then we'll all wrap up the call today. Okay, people have questions.
Aman, there's a
Is that
question from Shahrukh. Maybe one of you would like to
yeah?
address that.
All right. I think Shahrukh, the one addressed the question already, right?
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would want to
The
emphasize
one you
on?
want to add something on the one you want to add something on that one? The one that you responded to from Shahrukh? Right. I, s- I see a really interesting question from Daniel from Copper Hill. Daniel asks, is Einstein STO feature included in all Marketing Cloud edition or is it an add-on product? Einstein STO exists wherever Journey Builder exists. Now, Marketing Cloud Standard Edition does not have license to Journey Builder. So inherently, Einstein STO does not exist in standard edition, but all other editions, Enterprise and the other one, you will find Einstein STO and other Einstein functionalities as well. Okay, there is one more question. Inside continue. Okay, all right. Yashwant is asking information on intent timer from technical point of view. Right. I think that could take some time. Dhawan, what do you think? What all can we provide over this call? Yashwant, you can always connect with us later on after the call over LinkedIn or an email, and we can share more code with you. Maybe we can share some source code as well, some example screenshots. But over the call, let's see what we can provide with you with. Dhawan, do you think we have something to add here, or Samir? Samir is there. Okay, read the question. Listeners. Yeah. Samir, you are on mute. You want to add something to this one, or you're good?
Uh, I guess Dhawan has already added most of the points there. It's mostly the wait time can be customized as per the JavaScript that you had in the client side code of the template that you will be creating. So yeah, pretty much covered on that.
All right. Thanks, Ashwant. If you need more details on this one, right, just send me a note or send somebody in the team a note, and we'll be able to share some more information. I know. Okay. There is one more. Okay, that's a good question. Interesting question. Somebody is asking, personalization interaction studio after 1st of August, I think is getting removed from SFMC platform as per Salesforce communication. Is there any alternative or suggestion you may have on this news? Not sure about rest of the team, but I have not heard such communication up until now that it's being removed from uh, Salesforce platform. That too on 1st of
Yeah,
August.
yeah, I
That's
don't
correct,
think.
Akash?
Yeah, we haven't heard any communication as such, but there was this new personalization platform which Salesforce introduced recently, which was called Einstein Personalization, but I think that's a different product. But for this Marketing Cloud personalization, I don't think we have heard such news, but yeah, we can take a look if there's something around.
Hmm. All right. So I think in this moment, I feel marketing cloud personalization is here to stay. It's gonna stay within marketing cloud, Salesforce marketing cloud for the time being. I'll be really surprised if I see it changing tomorrow morning. But yeah, but if you are talking about alternate platforms, I think there are few in the market. I can't think of any names right now. Uh, but I think yeah, you have alternative options. But again, they are not as well connected within the Salesforce ecosystem as marketing cloud personalization is. All right, let's take a few more seconds if somebody have any question. Thank you, Siddhant. It was time to build all these demos. It's been good seeing the thank you messages popping up in the chat. We've gone through a lot. Mhm. Right. I think nobody have any further questions. With that, we'll close the discussion of today. We'll be around. We'll keep doing more such webinar, maybe more technical, more functional, depending on what the audience is looking for. But yeah, do remember us. Do let us know on LinkedIn. Do follow us. And yeah, thank you. Good day. Uh, see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye
Bye.
bye.